Yeah, upstairs.
Did you start the live?
Yeah, I'm working on it. Well, hey, Starla. Hey, Tambra. We're back. Oh my goodness, that was a whirlwind. Yeah. Okay. Andrew Adams. Hello. Hello again. Song of Joy. Hello, happy Friday. Yeah, that was fun. And just in the time we, got out of here and raced downstairs and, took cover and all that wonderful stuff, it was over before it started. Pretty funny, huh? Yeah, that was quick. Yeah, I didn't, like I was saying, blockchain just a second ago, we ran downstairs and, made ready, which, I've lived in this area a long, long time. So it's not a big deal. But by the time we got down there and, made ready, it was over. And now I'm back. And now I'm looking at blue skies. How amazing is that? Yeah, I've never had to quit a Zoom in the middle of it because there was a tornado, but there was one. And that's actually probably the closest tornado we've had here in probably 10 years, would be my guess. Yep. Nope, Tambra, it was not you. Welcome back, Eagle Lover. I'm just going to kind of chit chat a little bit and give people want to get back in. Andrew Adams says it's coming his way now. Ugh. Be safe, man. Yep, better safe than sorry. It's all good now. Yep, the alarms are still going off, all that stuff, but it does not appear. I'm going to pull the radar up just in case something else pops up, but it ought to be all good. Coastal Redwood Homestead. Hello, how are you? Yeah, for those of you that weren't in the other live, we were in a live, and then I had to leave because apparently we had a tornado. But, oh my goodness. I hate ads. Radar, there we go. Yeah, all right. We look like we're doing amazing. Good. Yeah, I'm going to give this just a second, guys, and let people get back in here. And then, hey, Gizmo, what's up? And then we'll get back to it. I don't know how far I got after talking about Willie Nelson quitting drinking and smoking. That was like catastrophic, right? May Gray here. Yeah, it's Gray. Did B get too scared to come back up? No, she's coming. She'll be right back by me, but she does not like the weather. She, and I try to tell her that, when you look at the radar and it's just a big green blob, there's nothing in it but rain. You just got to watch that purple and, those other colors. But yeah, she does not like the weather a lot. But you guys, when she gets up here, I'll have her tell you how she felt. Yeah, Tambra says you might get some in Texas later. Yeah, you guys are getting all kinds of storms in Texas, huh? Hey, Pumpkin. She's a big chicken.
Not a chicken. Oh, I took my paper downstairs. That's okay.
What you got? How you doing?
Russian.
I was telling all these fine folks that you find
storms,
tornadoes exhilarating.
Yeah. Interesting and fun. They're so much fun because I get to pack everything that I really want to keep and take it downstairs with me.
So how'd that make you feel?
Whew.
You're alive.
Yeah.
That's exciting, right?
Yep. I can put my shoes on pretty fast now. You don't even need socks.
Yeah.
Really don't even need shoes.
No, I was fine without it.
Yeah, you went down there barefoot.
Yeah, I went downstairs barefoot.
Woo.
But we are predicted to get 3 inch to 5 inches of rain tomorrow. Ooh, City Green says that's a lot.
I hope it's like over the entire day and not just in a couple of hours because I think we can manage 5 inches if it's all day long.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's
5 inches in 20 minutes, it's big trouble.
We're in trouble.
Yep.
Even in 45 minutes, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
5 inches in 45 minutes.
Yeah, that'd be a lot.
We had 3 inches in 45 minutes, and It came in the front door.
Yeah, it was a lot. All right, baby. See that? Look at this.
I don't want to see it.
Okay, look.
I want
We're
to.
right there. You're good. You're good. I want to make sure that Yoda and them are okay if they manage to get back on here.
I tried calling her and she didn't answer. So,
Okay.
and then I called the mothers back to let them know that we were okay, because otherwise they'd be calling and calling and calling and calling and calling.
Yeah, that's nice to be loved.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
That was so weird. It was like hail.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the whole moat out front is full.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that?
Mhm.
So we now have a moat
Mm-hmm.
for our castle.
Mm-hmm. Gotta have a moat, right? Amber Martin, hello. Chris White, hello. Cindy, hello.
Hey, Amber, you guys okay over there?
Yeah, Amber, you guys okay? Yeah, because that would have went through pretty close to you.
That weird.
Yeah,
Burst.
Skanes Girl, we're doing great.
I am sweating. I am sweating. Running around here and there. Running up and down the stairs. Running from the storm.
Yeah.
That hail was large.
IT Rex says, howdy, folks, from the Red Rocks of Colorado. I loved going to concerts at Red Rocks. I went to many IT Rex. I was grew up in Castle Rock, Colorado. And so I was there many times. And yeah, a beautiful place. Caleb was outside mowing just a minute ago when I got home. Oh,
Uh-oh.
I'm just getting messages. What do we got here?
Yeah, hopefully it's
Yeah, these are other homestead.
real close. Everybody okay?
Yep, all good.
Beautiful.
All good.
Glad you're all okay. Hey, Skanes Girl. Howdy, folks. From you already said that one. Caleb Martin.
Okay. Gregory says thunderstorms can throw hail out 5 miles. Really? I didn't know that. It's been raining here for 3 days straight.
Wow.
Yeah, I finally stopped this afternoon. Yeah, I
now
like
it's
rain.
time to plant.
Yeah. Hey, Devise Custom Leathers here. How you doing, bud? Hey, I wanted to tell you something. So I've now wore my new belt a whole bunch. And I've carried, I've still carried with it. I've worked in the yard with it. I've tried to be a little bit tough on it, and it's great. I love it. Anybody looking for a great Father's Day gift?
Oh,
I'm
or Mother's Day.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I judged that wrong. I'm just thinking from a guy's perspective, a big, heavy belt is just a big deal. And it's something you never go spend money on yourself.
I don't know. I like the belt you got me.
Yeah. But would you have went and spent the money on that?
No, I would not.
Okay, that's my point.
I probably wouldn't even wear it.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't even wear a belt if I had to go buy it myself.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But Devise Custom Leather, they made me a really killer belt. It says Freeman on the back of it. I know, guess, right? But it was really, really cool. Nostradamus says hello from Georgia. I think we got a lot of people back in here. Good. Helped build houses in Highlands Ranch, south of Littleton. Really, I helped build houses in Highlands Ranch, south of Littleton. I framed when I was going through high school. So, yeah, Farm Ranch Homestead, we were doing just fine. It was a quick storm, apparently. Huh?
It was very quick. I didn't even know you had come back up here.
Well, I wanted to get
you
back
were like
on the
looking. Well, you were looking at the weather, and then you just disappeared. I was like, "Where? Hello? Where'd you go?"
Oh, look at that storm. That's a good one. That's way down.
Headed north.
No, it's headed northeast, so it's headed this direction. It's going to run right into Kansas City. Where am I at here? We have some flooding here. Not me. I live on a giant hill. Yep, Skanes Girl's dry. I don't know many people here, but good to know they're there. Oh yeah, this is a great audience. I'd be curious, ITR Rex, what year were you building houses in Highlands Ranch? Just retired one for a friend after 15 years of everyday 365 and tactical training. Yeah, I love mine. I wear it all the time. Yeah, they are there. Skanes Girl is the queen of the hill. Oh, there was a joke going on about Cougar Camp and, all of these kind of things back then. But yeah, anyway, should we get back to it?
They are there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. I've got an interview coming up with a lady named Esther. I wanted to just tell you guys about her. So she runs littlewarrior.com. And so she has really dedicated her life to making sure that the food that enters our kids' bodies is, healthy and safe. And I'm really excited to visit with her. And if you guys are curious, go to littlewarrior.com. If we have any of the mods in, Evie's in here, but if any of the mods want to put that link in there, littlewarriors.com. I think it's really interesting. She also has good access to a lot of bulk foods. So you guys could reach out to her. Just make sure you tell her Tag sent you.
Well, she also does like health protocols for not only children, but adults too. So if you don't know what you should be doing to help keep yourself healthy, right down to what your body needs to function well. You have, just like we talk about, like an engine, and you can put crappy gas in there, and you can put crappy oil in there, and how long will it run if you have water in your gas and some metals in your oil. That all matters, right?
Is that true for all lubricants in a car?
I
You mean
don't
like
know.
blinker fluid?
Yeah, blinker fluid. Yes, that stuff. And air fluid or tire fluid.
Gizmo says, FYI, every day at the end of my day, I hear, how productive have you been?
Oh,
Thanks.
yeah. How productive have you been?
You know what? Someday you'll thank me for that.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know about that part. Anyway, so back to the Little Warriors and these folks who are trying to put the nutrients inside of us that our bodies need. So you should check it out.
Yeah, so I'm going to have
her on here.
Her
You're going
on,
to do an interview, a live, or a...
I'll probably do a live. I'm trying to do more and more of my interviews live.
Why?
Because I think that if people want to ask questions, they can ask questions.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And yeah.
And interact.
Right. I mean, so I think that's all right,
That would be good, because it is hard to know, what should we be doing for ourselves? Because you can go to the Google machine, but I'm telling you, anything that you want to hear is going to be right there. And if you don't want to hear it, it's going to be there too. You get both sides of the advice from the same machine. So here's somebody who's done all the work. They put it in there already.
Yeah, but they're saying the link's not working.
Oh.
So I'm looking here. See if I can find it. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no, that's not it. Okay, let me I'm gonna get it for you here. Maybe I just said it wrong or spelled it wrong, but it's right here. So
yep. So she's a co-founder of the Little Warrior. She and her partner are the ones who are doing all of the legwork and how to put your nutrients inside of your kiddos, right down to the babies.
Okay.
Oh, Little Warriors Nutrition.
No, it's littlewarriors.com. Look right there. Copy. All right, I'm gonna try it again here. Oh wait, someone might have beat me to
it. She did.
Oh my goodness, Eagle Lover, you're too quick.
There you go.
Evie says tag
on it.
Yeah. So I wonder if that will pull that up. Let's look here.
Yep, that's it.
Yep. So that link worked good. Perfect. What's wrong with the links? Okay, we got that. I just tried the site. It's Little Warrior singular. Okay. Yep. I copied and searched and found it on a second try. Okay, good. Tag, I figured it out. It's Warrior, no plural. Okay, cool. Welder's can of Arc Start. Oh, that's important. I could use some Arc Start.
Right. Let's see if I can buy it in bulk.
For us pilots, we would send someone to find a bucket of prop wash.
Prop wash?
When I was a soldier, we would send new soldiers to go find grid squares, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, cool. She found Little Nutrition. All right, anyway, so I'm going to have her on.
Do you know when?
So I'm working on it right now, probably next week. I'm working on it right now. For us pilots, my grandkids are hopeless when it comes to good nutrition. Well, one eats well. Yep. Just got to keep pushing them, right? Send them to Home Depot for a left-handed screwdriver.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Left-handed smoke shifters. You guys are awesome. I also have an interview coming up with, trying to remember their name. They had a booth out at the Midwest Preparedness. I'm trying to remember the name of their company. The cooking place. Hold on, I'll tell you. Goodness, my brain.
Oh, it's local.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it right here.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. Synchronized battery cables.
Yeah. Keep
Do you
reading.
have those?
Yeah,
you
my
ever carry-
honey's kitchen. That's what it's called.
My honey.
Yeah, synchronized battery cables would be important, right? G and Yoda are okay. Okay, good. Good. Y'all are too funny. Some of us ladies know better. Laugh out loud.
Right.
And some of you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I have successfully sent a female into a auto parts store looking for muffler bearings.
Not me.
Yeah, my mom.
You have gotten her so many times. He gave his mother a guaifenesin, Mucinex, and
What's wrong with that?
told her to suck on it because her throat hurt. And she did. And she came to me and was like, "Oh, Bethany, this is awful." I'm like, "What do you have?" And she showed me her tongue. And I was like, "What is that?" And she said, "My throat hurts. He gave me some medicine." Yeah. You also told your mom you were a diabetic, and she was like, "Oh, I had no idea."
Yeah, I've been hard on her. Yep. Hey, Julie, good night. Have a great night. We love you too. Hey, Life with Mike and Jenner here. How are you guys? It's the same folks that send you snipe hunting. Yep.
Right. Here, snipe.
Yep. I sent my sister to an auto parts store for a VW bug radiator cap. Farm Ranch Homestead says retro encabulator. I don't know what that is. You try it. Retro encabulator. Retro encabulator. Yeah, a metric crescent wrench. Oh, that's a good one, Richard. That is a good one. A metric crescent wrench. That shit's funny. All right, what you got? What you got on your list?
Well, my list is kind of 2 flights down.
That's okay.
But oh man,
You just keep plugging away. I got all kinds of stuff on here.
Yeah. So did you talk about your birthday?
Yeah, a little bit. I did. I wanted to know, did you do that in an effort to one up me for your birthday and the poem and all that? Like, were you trying to push it to the next level so your next birthday is even that much better?
No, I was doing that because you're 50. And you never had a birthday party before. And I thought that it was about damn time that you had a birthday party.
Yep, it was nice.
And I knew that if I would have told you I wanted to have a party, and
I would have said no.
And scheduled it, because I had thought like we'd do a big party at the Ramada, and I'd rent it, and people would come, and we'd be there all night, and drinks and party. And then I was like, he's never going to go for that.
I didn't have a choice.
That's right. That's why I said I couldn't even set tables up, people. He was like, "Why do you need those tables?" So the tables were up in his shop on the top shelf. And I said, "I need that table down." And he said, "Why?" I said, "I need it for the garden." And I'm surprised you just went over and got it without any fighting, without any questioning. And then I said, "Actually, just go ahead and grab both of those down while you're up there."
Yeah, well, it's funny. Back then when she asked me to grab the table, I thought to myself, what does she want a foldable table in the garden for? This makes no sense. But then I also thought to myself, I got other shit to worry about.
She's crazy anyway.
Whatever. Fine. I'll get into some other things,
So then next to the tables were a stack of chairs. And I thought, how am I going to tell him I need a stack of chairs at the garden? Well,
you didn't?
I didn't. So I sent messages to everybody and said, "P.S. Bring a chair." Yep. And I thought, well, by the time there was at least a couple people here, that you probably couldn't tell them to go home. So I was like,
yeah.
Then the party was on, and I realized I stood at the window and I was like, okay, so I'm thinking in my head, he's thinking, okay, I know why you're here, and I know why you're here, but why are you here? And you did, and he said, well, other people are coming or something.
Yeah, totally busted.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah.
It was good.
It was a nice night. I got to spend time with people.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And they came to show their love for you.
Yeah,
Pack the house and
and it was packed. Yep.
Yeah.
Look, there are some men you could pull those on also. Everyone has different skills.
That's true.
Mhm.
That's true.
Like I said, when I was in the Army Scainsville, we would send young soldiers, primarily men, to go look for things like grid squares, and they fell for them all the time. Yep, American Roots, we're back. Rhonda, good evening. Johnny says she's a very good and thoughtful wife. She is. Hey, Dog Creek Farm, what's up, bud? See Nurse Wang, hello, good evening. I see the house didn't blow away. Yeah, nope.
Not
it was
this
easy.
part.
Nope, it was over before it began. By the time I got all the way down 3 flights of stairs, I turned around and came right back up 3 flights of stairs. Tag was about to put everyone to work. Heck yeah, I would too. If you want to have some fun, RN says, go to Walmart on a Friday night and ask them for carbon paper. Carbon paper is a real thing, but I doubt they carry it, right? Evie, thank you for the happy birthdays. Yep. Okay. Well, the winds are blowing, right?
Yep.
Oh, I needed to clarify something.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So you guys know that we've talked a lot on my channel about finances and about debt. And so I had someone kind of call me out on how unsecured debt is bad and that secured debt is better. So I wanted to talk about this because I think this is super, super important. So unsecured debt, this is what I want to clear up, is bad for almost every single reason except one. Secured debt is better for every single reason except one. And so a secured debt is, something that has collateral against it, right? Your house is secured debt, a car is secured debt, right? Anything you're borrowing against, that's why the interest rates are going to be less, is because they have some type of collateral in them, right? Versus like a credit card, for example, right? Which is an unsecured debt, which is why the interest rates are higher on a credit card. But I had made the point to somebody that in an unsecured debt situation, they can't take anything from you. You can ruin your credit, but they can't take anything from you. In a secured debt case, right, if something was to happen, they could take your house, take your car. Now you could end up in court and they could file a lien, and there's all this other stuff. Although doesn't happen very much, it could happen. So I was not suggesting that unsecured debt was better. I was just saying that unsecured debt has benefits to it that secured debt does not have, and vice versa. I just wanted to clear that up.
But you should be out of debt altogether.
You should be out of debt.
be,
But I think my point
that doesn't.
My point to them is just that understand that it's not a case of one's better than the other. It's a case of understand how they are.
Right.
And understand how they work.
Yeah.
That's all.
And what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
If you don't pay it.
Right. Jonathan says, happy birthday. I think I am late on that and now off to do dishes. Yeah, we were just talking about you, Jonathan. Jonathan, anything happen with the Title 42 thing going on down your neck of the woods? Nostradamus says debt's a 4-letter word. I would. Mm-hmm. Yep. Listen intently, says Johnny. Liquid dry sweep and light bulb repair kits are good goose chases. Liquid dry sweep is awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I just went backwards for 2 large fans for this summer to help us keep cool. Yep. That's why you use unsecured debt to finance houses to create income. Yeah, I think it's just really important that we understand what unsecured does versus what secured does, because they're all different, right? So it's just important to understand it. Maybe this next month. Yep, I decided to. What did she decide? It says PA.
To PA.
Amber, did you decide to PA? What's PA? Debt free, free indeed. Yep, haven't seen or heard anything about it here lately. Interesting. They made such a big deal about the Title 42 thing, and yet they're really
hasn't even heard anything.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. What's next? Hey, you guys I gotta order some hats. What color should I order this time? I've done brown, I've done gray, I've done black. Anybody got any ideas? I've done pink.
Maybe you should do like black again.
I was thinking like army green.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you should do them the colors that John has the backpack.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
You should do the you know how he has
brown and tan.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a green.
No,
it's
brown and tan.
Green.
It's brown and tan, which is the kind I just did.
No,
I just had those. Yeah.
No, it's not this color.
Yeah, it's chocolate brown and tan.
If John comes in here, we'll ask him if it's those. I think it's like olive.
Yeah, the name of I'm sorry, in the game Monopoly, you were never able to buy a house to live in, only to rent to generate income. The news said it's now Title 40. Yeah, they are instituting Title 40, Rick, but I don't understand why you need a law for something that's already illegal. But anyway, I think it doesn't matter with secured or not. When it comes to debt in social credit score, that is where it will hit you. Yeah, except here's the thing is that this is only if you're playing in the system, right? I mean, if you've exited the system and you're not really dependent on your credit score, you're not really dependent on those kind of things you're doing for yourself, I think the impact would be much smaller. I'm not suggesting getting debt, guys. Don't get any debt. All I'm suggesting is understand the difference between the two types of debt.
Yeah.
Right? It's super important because you can use both of them to your advantage. American Root says Army Green and I need a kid size. Yeah.
That's what I was laughing at.
Hey, Rosie, good evening. Amber said pay off both the credit card and car simultaneously because I can't choose which one to focus on first. Yeah, I would focus on the higher interest rate one first. But except here's the thing. If a credit card's a higher interest rate,
right, there you go,
and the shit hits the fan, let's say, they'll come take the car. There's not much they can do with the credit card. If you did it in the opposite and you paid the car off, right? I mean, this is why it's important to understand what it is, right? Gizmo says Title 42 here in San Diego, the buses have been bringing them into undisclosed tent cities. Oh my God. Just by the railroads. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Monopoly game.
Cream or beige for us folks who don't want a hot color. Yep. So something light. Okay. Hey, Mandy, what did she miss? Well, we got on our first live. We went for about 30 minutes and then a tornado came through. And so we had to take a break. B went on vacation, obviously. She went downstairs and lollygagged, and then we eventually came back up here. Johnny said, I paid on the $22K in debt since COVID started. Yeah, American Root says, Amber Martin, I would pay the credit card off first. The interest rates are adjustable. Yep. My social credit score is so far in the negative, there's no hope. I'm proud of that, says Nostradamus. Yeah. They can kid my... I think he's saying they can kiss my ESG.
Oh.
Either keep or kiss. Either one makes sense, right? That's my thinking. Yep. How far could you get out of the system? Gregory, this is such an important question. And, I think about this point every single day of my life, trying to figure out more and more ways to get out of it. I do not believe you can get 100% out. I think 100% is not achievable because I can't produce, and I use this example all the time, but I can't produce an oil filter for my skid steer, right? I can't produce, let's say, the buckles for something, or I can't, there's things, I don't have a salt mine. Here's another good one, right? There's just things I can't produce, but I do think we can get really, really close. And I think more than just exiting the system, I think what I want to encourage you guys to do is quit playing in the system. What I mean by that is, and I'm probably going to get in trouble for this, but even organizations that are receiving government handout, don't be involved with them anymore. Just stay out of it. And, this comes to mind, churches, in my opinion, build yourself your own congregation and don't be a nonprofit and don't take money, right? And don't just get out of it. And, there's so many examples of this, whether it be your electric company or your water company, or I think you can get really, really close. But I think the answer is, I don't think you can get all the way. Yeah, Mandy said, wow, what a night. Yep. Former Mom Bear said, we're back on. Yep. Rickster says, I want an antisocial credit score. It's a race to the bottom. Yeah. Yep. We made it back. Prep for the Attorney Homestead. Hello. Was busy in my food forest. Just barely got in, showered, and here I am. Well, I'm glad you're here. Nice. You missed the tornado, but it was cool. What I was amazed is that the tornado blew through and Bethany's hair still looked great afterwards.
Yeah,
Isn't that amazing? I was noticing today you're getting prettier as you're getting older.
Oh, thank you. Mm-hmm. I can see how dirty your glasses are from here. I can see the fingerprints on them.
I tell her that she's getting prettier and prettier, and she tells me that my glasses are dirty.
Yeah, they could probably see how foggy they are from there, too.
I'm not even sure if I still have a credit score. My mortgage is held by the previous owner, and that's my only loan. Oh. You get as far out as you can. Don't stress on what you can't. Yeah, that's great advice, Dog Creek. Let me see. Maybe that's why they hired all those new IRS agents. Yeah, I'll tell you guys something interesting about that. is so you guys know that I still have companies, and I don't really play an active role in any of them anymore so much, but I still have interest in them, and we're receiving notifications from the IRS that the W-9s for particular vendors, some of them aren't good, or they question them, or whatever it is, and they want new ones, and we're starting to get kind of flooded with that. So I don't know what's behind that, but something. As my mama always said, you can't get blood out of a turnip. Yep.
Heard that.
Sometimes we have to make the most of the system while we can, so we can be as free as possible when we need to be. Yeah, Rain Country, you're actually kind of hitting on what I was getting at with the credit stuff earlier. Is that you got to do what you got to do. And, if I could buy my way to some other level of freedom, I would, and I could reach it, I would really consider it, but for me now, I'm far enough along now that every step I take is just uber expensive. Jules says, sorry, I'm late. Had to wait for Glenn to get back so I could connect to his hotspot. Well, I think came in the beginning and you came in towards the middle.
That was very nice of him to let you use his hotspot.
Hey, Chuck, long time no talk. I've been acquiring extra oil filters, diesel, but we are one crank away from breakdown, right? This is my point why I don't know that you can ever get there. And so, I used to talk a lot about the counter economy and the counter society, but the more I grow through this, the more I learn it's parallel. It's not counter, and because you got these two roads running, and then we're trying to dip in, in it and then back out, for just whatever we have to do. But yeah,
that's a good way to say that.
Yeah,
we're hoping to stay in those lanes longer and longer and longer.
Yeah, Gregory says good credit score equals I like to borrow money. Isn't that crazy that we're judged? I mean, isn't
that true?
Yeah, we're judged at how good a citizen we are by how well we carry debt. Crazy. Just crazy, crazy, crazy. Let me see here. We're getting W-9 notices too, says Nostradamus. Isn't that weird? And I wonder what's up with that. Mandy Garrett says, B is beautiful because she is on an indefinite vacation. I don't have any credit cards because everything is paid off, and I don't have anything but a gas card and a debit card. Good place to be. Let me see here. Jewel, we are very excited to get our first bee swarm from a local guy tomorrow. Awesome. Awesome. If you need any tips, bee's your lady. She loves her bees.
Well, I can give you one tip.
Yeah. Jules says, tag, y'all had a tornado. We did. We actually had two of them. So one went north of me and one went south of me. So they went on either side of me kind of about at the same time. And we were on the live earlier, Jules. You weren't there, but we were on the live.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay, we're going to go.
Okay, we got to go.
That's how it usually is. That's the last tornado. It's like, we're fine. Get the dogs. Then I run and call the dogs. Like, they make it.
Yep, Hippocrates, you're not late. But actually, we were talking about you earlier about the Zoom. There were people asking about how to get the link and those kind of things. So we were kind of going through that. Chuck says barter for skills. Yep. Richard says, I got out of the system and started paying cash for everything for over 23 years now. Got tired of paying all the interest. Just wish I could have done it sooner. Yeah. But that's the problem is our world is equipped a way where by the time you have the resources to get debt free, you're older. I don't know many people that can do it in their 20s.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is we don't know. Like, that's not what we've been taught, right? Yeah. We want to go out. We want to inquire debt. We want to, get my parents said, you want credit, get a credit card. I got a credit card as soon as I could. Dillard's or whatever you go, or Sears. It was Sears. You go there, you buy something, you pay it off. You buy something, you pay it off. That way you build your credit. We were taught that.
And we were taught to
do that.
To buy a house and collect your equity and buy a bigger house and collect your equity, even though it's a lie.
Yep. So it's just, that's the thing. If you don't know a different way, then you're not going to do it. That's where we come in.
That's right. You
need a solar system? We know where to go.
Dog Creek says, my bees are doing great. They are crazy to work with. They scare me. I don't have any debt because I don't have a wife and I graduated from child support. Bobby Q says the government's credit is horrible. They're $34 trillion in debt. I was reading earlier today and I made a note of this, Bobby, to your point that I found super interesting, that California announced a $32 billion deficit, which was $10 billion above what was expected.
10 billion?
Billion. So they missed how much debt they had by 10 billion. Well, not debt, deficit. Those aren't the same thing. I have no idea where I'm at. It would be nice to get with a group who had a doctor, machinist, electrician, carpenter, plumber, hard trying to be it all, but not being proficient in all the skills. Well, Rain Country, there's land for sale here in Kansas. And we have a doctor, we have a machinist, an electrician, a carpenter, and a plumber. Just saying. And why would we need a, plumber? Aren't you like the jack of all trades with that kind of stuff? Hippocrates says, I actually did some work today, brush mowed and bought a trailer to haul mom's mobility scooter so she can be mobile at the farmer's market. Cool. So B, what are some of the tips for bee newbies? Anything will help as we are excited and nervous at the same time. So what advice would you give a bee newbie?
Oh, I just meant that I could give one advice because, if you ask, if you ask 10, you'll get 13 answers.
Right.
So
what would you say to somebody who wanted to get into something brand new? Be patient. Don't be scared. Breathe.
Yeah.
Wear your shoes.
Yeah. All of that.
Put
Be
your suit
patient.
on.
Yep. Put your suit on. Because the more covered you are, if you are fully covered up and you are, there's a sense of about it, and so you don't have to. I don't know. I'm an anxious person, so I want to if I kind of go through the checklist of everything, have your smoke them if you got them, right? Put the suit on, put your boots on, that's what they say. Smoke them if you have it, use it, right? If you're going to take it over there, you might as well use it. If you have it, use it. Because then it tells them I'm coming in, I'm here, I'm coming in. Yep. And you are going to drop a couple frames and it's going to be okay. And you're going to have them flying all over you, but it's going to be okay.
Yeah. If you put your suit on.
If you have your suit on.
Don't watch YouTube with people who do it without a suit and think that's okay. Because I'm going to tell you guys, I've gone over there in a full suit with tennis shoes thinking, they aren't getting my feet. They got my feet.
It's just your ankles.
Yeah, that was fun. So just put it all on.
If you're,
respect that.
That's the thing. If you're totally covered, you have your suit on, it's zipped up everywhere. You have your boots on, keep your veil off of your face. So if your veil gets close to your face, put a cap on so it keeps it away from your face, so you don't get stung on your face.
So I bent over one time to pick up a box because it was full of honey to carry it. And so when I bent over, my veil got a little bit tighter on my face. And as soon as my nose touched the veil, they got me
3 times, boop, boop, boop,
in a row. I mean, I'm telling you, as second it hit, they got me. So yeah, that'd be the advice I'd give.
Yeah.
For the last year or so, I've been adding 10% to my mortgage payment, thinking maybe I can pay it off a little early. Do you think that's worthwhile? I think there's not a better place to put your money than your house and your land. I just don't.
Right, because where are you going to live?
Well, do the math of what a mortgage is with interest. Calculate how equity really works. Because
the longer it goes out, the longer you're paying it.
Well, I mean, here's the thing:
the more interest you're paying.
Yeah,
they're taking the interest from the very top, though.
Right, because this is what people say. People say, "Okay, I paid $200,000 for my house. I sold it for $350. I made $150,000."
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
They made $100. Yeah.
No.
Yay.
No, because although they paid $200, now if you calculate the interest, they paid $300. So all they're calculating is what they bought it for and then what they sold it for. Now add in your mandatory insurances, your PMIs, add in your taxes. This is why I did a video a long, long time ago. For any of you guys who haven't seen it, go watch The Illusion of Equity video because it's a complete illusion. And I'll argue with anybody. If you don't go into debt in your 20s, you can avoid debt later. Yeah, but it's hard if you want to own a house, and it's hard to do those kinds of things when you're 20, Yep, Hippocrates apparently has been on vacation. You guys are vacationing.
Yep.
I'm trying to teach my son in high school, if he works at it, he can start free. Great feeling. Yes.
Yeah.
One step closer to social capital is one of the best places to invest. I agree. This is a place we're definitely investing in. Oh my goodness. What did I do?
That's good that he's teaching his kids.
Oh my goodness. Where am I at?
You flicked it and it went.
All right, guys. I'm going to miss somebody, but that's okay. I apologize. Breaking free has been the hardest thing we've ever had to do in every way, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Yeah. You know what, Jess? You and I, we need to do a video again. And, you and your husband and I, because I think that the journey that you went through, because last time that we talked, you were getting ready to go through it. Now you've gone through it. And I think it would be just a amazing conversation if you're up for it. And California wants to pay reparations 1 million something per person. Oh yeah. Yeah. And they're already, what did I say earlier? $32 billion deficit. Crazy. Oh my goodness. I've been paying extra on 2 of my debts to get them paid off ASAP and save on the interest. Yep. Land where in Kansas? Well, Barb, I put videos out all the time about land in Kansas. Actually, I got another one I'm getting ready to film. I've got it in my inbox. I just got to film it.
Northeast Kansas.
Yep. I found one in 5 miles south of me. It's got 12 acres, nice brick home. Looks fairly modern. So I think it would be a fairly good one, you know. But our grandbabies are not there. We'll move your grandbabies.
They could
Heidi.
be.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we could build a Branch Davidian, you know. And,
They wouldn't be rain country. They would be tornado country.
But they wouldn't be rain country.
They wouldn't be.
They would have to change their name to tornado country. Or what Ryan Hall calls them, naders.
Naders.
Yeah, nader country. I could see it, rain country, nader country. See how it just flows off the tongue, nader country.
And Mr. Nader.
Yeah, Mr. Nader. Oh my goodness. California deficit probably related to the max exit. Yeah, probably. Where am I at your tag? I have a lifetime of junk to move. Yeah, it's why you better get started. Right? California has so much deficit, still owes COVID money payback and working on payment reparations. Yeah, right. Yeah. And you know what's crazy is that we're all paying for it. You in Texas are paying for it. I'm in Kansas is paying for it. We're all paying for California to be stupid and a whole bunch of other states. Yep. So let me see here. And sometimes they still get in. Yeah, Tamber says with the bees, and sometimes they still get in.
Yeah.
Into your suit.
Well, I haven't since I've been zipped up.
Farm Ranch Homestead says California $32 billion deficit equates to nearly $1,000 per person in the state, and that's just the deficit, not counting the rest of the budget. It's also not counting the debt, right? Because deficit and debt are not the same thing, right? So debt is, you know, like everything you owe. So what you owe in the future, you know, all of it. Deficit is more referring to, you know, what you spend versus what you bring in. Does that make sense in a simplistic way? So they're not the same thing. Thank you, V. Very helpful. Cool. Bees can sense your pheromones. They know how you feel before you do. I know this. And you know what's crazy, Gregory, is when we do the bees, so pretty much the only time I'm involved with the bees is harvest time, because lifting those boxes up are heavy, right? There's a lot of honey in them. And so I go over there and do that. And I'm never comfortable and they hate me. Bee goes over there and it's like just frolicking through the valley of the daisies, you know, and it's no big deal and everything's calm and I walk up and it's on. So that must be the gig, you know.
It's because you're a hateful person.
Oh, come on now.
They can sense it.
And some of the bees follow you when you walk or drive away from the hives.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Or mow by them.
Especially if they're mad.
You ask me how I know that, you know. Right. We had a local county band years ago called Twister Alley. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Twister Mister.
Twister Mister.
Yeah, I like that. Aww.
Oh no, Twister Mister.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to remember that.
Mr. Twister.
For future lives. That's hilarious. All right, what else you got? Anything? Oh, you don't have anything because you're listening.
I don't have anything. I've been
Yeah.
track meeting it.
Okay, so we decided green, that people wanted green was the only thing I heard, or light colored for hats.
Yeah.
Light colored. Mr. Twister is awesome. Yeah. What else? Oh, hey, I've been out in my shop, and you guys know that I did a video a while back. I built a, some racks to hold my milled lumber, right?
Oh yeah.
And
That
the
didn't last.
problem is I filled them up. They're full all the way to the ceiling. They're full. I have no
Right.
more room. I can't store any more lumber. And so I'm like, man, I've got so much more still. And it's because we're milling all the time, you know? And so I went and built another one for them. So anyway, I've been out there working on those kind of things. And I ran into an interesting documentary, and just want to pass it on in case you guys want to see it. So I was on Prime. I think it was Prime. Oh, it might have been YouTube. Sorry. I was on YouTube. Anyway, it's called The Face of Anonymous. And anyway, they were interviewing a guy who claimed to be one of the head guys at Anonymous.
Huh.
And For most of the documentary, I'm thinking, yeah, right. I don't believe it, blah blah blah. But then he gets kind of into some things that made me kind of question it. But anyway, I found the documentary interesting. If you guys are bored, I'd go watch it. It was pretty cool. Florida Mama Bear says gray colors. Let me see here. There are also those unfunded liabilities, right? Yeah, and you put all of that stuff together. We are. It's a mess. A bee a mile away will go out of its way to find and sting me. Oh, here's a good topic. B, has Tag made peace with the cats yet?
He messed with them until they left. Now I can't find them.
They're gone. They're gone.
Yeah, those babies they needed me.
Well, you should have taken care of them because I believe in tough love.
That's what I'm talking about. There's the Tag we all know and love.
Oh, Tag, I want to see some milling videos. I'm getting closer to building my mill. So many projects and so little energy. Yeah, I'll shoot some more. I've got a bunch filmed, but I just don't have enough to put a whole video out. I've got all kinds of cool stuff that I'll make too. So one step closer says cats can be useful though.
Yes.
Really
yes.
useful. Yeah, really useful if you want ringworm.
Oh no.
Poor kitty. Since I was late, got to know what was the dessert of the day. Talk about hateful hearts.
I know it looks like you had some cheese.
Yeah, that was my dinner.
Is that your dinner?
Yeah, cheese sticks.
Oh.
Why don't you
Did
answer?
you grow those?
Hippocrates. Quit changing the subject and answering.
You're not getting dessert tonight. You didn't even get dinner
None
tonight.
yet.
I was gone.
Florimabelle says you run the cats off and the mice and rats will come.
Yes. And you know what? Since those cats were in there were like 3 dead mice on the floor in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait, where'd that come from? You're like, I don't know. Those cats were like killing them.
Yeah.
And now they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I was hoping that they would be behind that wood you were moving. Did you find anything?
Nope.
I already had them named.
Yeah. Terminator's going to bed. Good night, Terminator.
Good night.
Tag the kitty rustler. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Kitty hater.
No, they taste like chicken.
Ew.
That's what Mr. Rain says.
No.
See? Mr. Twister says, B, that cat tastes like chicken.
No.
Nah, not like dogs are. You have everything money can't buy, girl, and no one can take that away. You have every reason to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the cats now that we've had some fun with it. So Mama's had babies. There was 6 of them. One died. There was 5 of them. And I've been moving the shop around, and I really didn't do anything, babe. I just came out the next morning and they were gone. So she picked up her kitties.
Well, she picked them up.
She took them somewhere else.
She took them out of she had them in a cooler. Mm-hmm. She took them from the cooler and stuck them on a shelf.
Yes.
And then they were like falling off. And you had caught one and put it back up there. I had to like hold the pan up there waiting for it to fall, and it didn't. It scurried back the other way. But then when she would get up, she was into too big of a hurry, and they were on her. And so when she would get up, they would like fling these poor kittens. And so he kind of took a sweatshirt. I noticed you took your freesteading sweatshirt.
Is that what it was?
Yes, which is like ash gray. Here, kitty, have some babies on my sweatshirt.
They already had the babies.
Laid it all nice out, and they went in there, and
you're ruining my image.
Yeah.
Cats don't like it if you wrap duct tape towards their feet. Just saying.
Yeah, no, you should not do that. That's mean.
Yeah. Let me see here. B, I had a mouse move in and take up residence so long I named him Waldo. Look over 6 months to get him to get in one of the traps.
The last time I had a mouse in the house, I put like 19 traps out where I found the stuff. And it was one day and I got it. Because I don't want to mess around with that. Did you put traps out? That 6 months. They get into a lot of stuff.
That's smart. That's a smart mouse. Hey, okay, I got another question for you guys.
Yeah.
What does Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Tennessee, Utah, and West Virginia all have in common?
That's 16 states.
Yep. What do you think? What's your guess? There's no notes on there. You won't be able to read it.
No, I can't read your handwriting anyway.
Sticky side out tape is how I stopped my cats from scratching up the door frames around the house. Hippocrates Garden says they're not California. Yeah, that is true. They would have that in common. For all of you who live in areas that require the pH to be raised with lime or some such, please try a sample area using wood ash in place of lime. Not only does it raise the pH, but adds a ton more. Yep. They want constitutional conference, constitutional carry, open carry. Nope, none of those. Well, actually, I bet all of those are true for these states. Kansas and Nebraska are actually have legislation pending for the same thing, but they're not through it yet. Nothing like the sound of mouse chewing the wall at 3 a.m. Yep. I have a couple of videos out running on tinkering on my mill. Are you building a brand mill or a circular sawmill? They all want to secede from the country. Nope. But every one of these states has now outlawed gender transitioning for minors.
Really?
Yep.
I thought you were going to say something about like late term abortion or
No.
something.
No, they outlawed. Yep. Precious metals is legal tender. Nope. Nope. You were all close, but I think that's awesome that, kids should be nothing but kids. They can determine what their preferences are as they become adults. So anyway, I thought that was a really interesting statistic that I found. Look at that, 1 page done.
Oh my goodness, you've got like 5 pages.
Well,
You talk a lot though, so that's why.
Yep. Hey, I did a video with the All-American Prepper in the middle of the week, and I asked him a couple questions just kind of off my cuff, and I found them to be pretty interesting. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. So which is more corrupt, the judicial, the executive, or the legislative branch? I thought this was, and I have another one right behind it. I'll be interested what people have to say.
Why do you think you think one is more corrupt than the other?
Yes. Oh, the mayor of KC made a KC safe zone. Interesting. Johnny says judicial. Tamara says all of the above. All of the above. Yeah. Executive. Interesting. I watched it and answered it already. Yes, you did, Jules. The interview was good with him. Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed talking to him. Legislative, more of them, more opportunity. Yeah. Yeah, actually, that's Mandy. That gets into my next question. Yeah. I'm actually going to ask about that here in just a minute. Executive Tag and I both have Wood-Mizer band mills. Building one would be cool. Yeah. Hey, Mary Michelle, how are you? Executive, no checks. Trick question. Executives overstepping, but the other branches aren't stopping. Yep, all of the above. And by safe, he meant that they are safe haven for trans. Safe.
That's the safe city. She was just talking about Kansas City.
Oh.
They made
ridiculous.
A safe zone or something. Safe. Yeah. Safe zone.
Ridiculous. Unicameral passed open carry here in Nebraska, and the governor will sign. Good. Yeah, even though you shouldn't need you don't need permission to open carry. You don't need permission to protect yourself. Yeah, I know. We can get into that, but I've got a Woodlands mill HM126. I'm not sure what that is, but a mill's cool. I love having one out here. I've got so much milled lumber laying around.
I thought you were going to say you have so much to mill.
I do. That's too. It's like asking what poop smells the worst. Yeah, but I would argue that if you smelled 3 piles of it, there would be a clear winner. What do you think?
Oh, good grief. I think poop smells like poop.
Yeah, farm says corrupt, not correct. Yeah. I have a Norwood band mill. Yep, the poop from DC would win. Yep. Yeah, I think it's hard to argue that they're not so intertwined now, right? I mean, when you have executive orders, which they say are laws, which should only come from the judicial branch. I mean, which should only come from the legislative branch. And I think it's hard to argue that. you know, which one. I think if I had to pick one, I'd probably say the judicial branch, because I think the criminal system in this country is way whacked, you know. So, but I think anyone's
I
probably
was
a
just
good
saying
head.
more so than
Yeah.
either of these. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Okay, since we talked about that, so now which ones corrupt, the financial system, organized religion, or the education system? What do you think?
financial.
Financial? Or wait till the ex gets back to unload the cooler from Midwest Parents Project. The look on his face said that smells worse.
Oh no, what was
Yeah.
in there?
Yeah. Tamara says financial as well. My belief is that the executive orders only apply to executive branch, not American citizens, except they enforce them upon American citizens. Yep, all of the above. I have a saying, an a-hole is an a-hole even when you wash the poop off. Yep. Look at that. Education, education, back to back. All of the above. Yep. That's a very broad brush under religion. I'm referring to the mainstream organized religion, right? I'm not talking, there's good churches out there, guys, but there's good financial advisors out there, and there's great teachers out there too. So I'm not bashing on religion. I'm just telling you, I know that they play a major role in, you know, have played a major role in the fall of, you know, the nuclear family and the fall of our country and all of those things. So I'm not bashing it in any means. In fact, I've been trying to encourage people to create their own churches, you know.
Yeah.
Put a building up on your land and have your own service like the Amish do. You know, they go house to house to house to house, you know, to do it. But we should let dogs and cats run things. They may be simple or evil, but they're honest about it. Yep. Yep. Pretty much all above. Yeah. To me, I think of all of these, I think I'd put the education system on the top, because I think it's the most devious. You know, it starts at the very, very, very early age, preying on kids, teaching them how to be good soldiers.
I think it's different teachers, though.
Let me see. Farm Ranch Homestead says education system teaches people to be slaves. I agree with that. Education, it is where it all starts. See, I think I agree with that. I think because it's the beginning of that. I think. Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty interesting. I think education's where it all starts. Yep. If we let cats run everything, they would knock us off the edge of the flat earth. You never know what is said in the classroom. Yeah, I think I would put education first. But you know, it was interesting when I was doing a bunch of research on the Tractor Supply thing. You remember, guys, a while back when Tractor Supply put on that trans parade or whatever, you know, there was a whole bunch of churches that donated to that. 5 of them to be exact. That was in, I think it was Waco, Texas. And so I think that organized religion, and not all of it, but I think a large part of it is waging war against us, just like the financial system is, just like the education system is, which is why I really encourage people to, you know, really get yoked up in your church, you know, find a way to, you know, go house to house, build your own, you know, do those kind of things, because I think it's all pretty much bad. Rickster said religion pay to go to heaven. Our generations were the last of the truly free thinkers. You know, I don't think it has to be though, big kid. I think if we as parents push our kids to be free thinkers, and you know, me and B talk about this all the time. You know, I've got a granddaughter, and I'm going to absolutely push her to be independent and push her to be a free thinker and push her to question things. I told my boys when they were going to school, question everything.
Yes.
Right? I did. Question every single thing.
Lots of phone calls because of it. Yes, but be respectful.
Be respectful, but question it.
You're allowed to disagree.
Yep.
As long as you do it respectfully.
Yep.
You don't have to call names. And then the teacher turned around and called him a name. Remember that? We were like,
yep.
Really? That's where you went with that?
Yeah. Never forget, history is written by the victors, you know, as they say, right? I have watched kids go from being creative and able to think for themselves at age 3, 4, but as soon as they start school, they lose that ability. Yeah, that's why I think as a parent, we have to be super active and, you know, ask why. Why did you not ask why? Well, why? Well, why? Well, you know, and I think we can push them to be a lot of that. DeVrice Custom Leather said there's a big difference between religion and Christ followers. 100% agreed, which is why I worded it religion. Right. Well, I'm talking about more the organized religion, right? I'm not talking about the worshiping God. I'm not talking about that personal relationship. I'm talking about the organized, send me your money,
come to church, do
you know,
your 30%
well, and
tithe.
now it's all political, right? They sponsor things. I'm more referring to that.
Gotta dress up,
Yeah.
wear your Sunday best.
Gregory says good Bible study groups and support. Yeah, see, I think that's the way to go. School ruins little kids. I could not agree more. Okay, clarify. Let me clarify. The system encouraged free thinking pre-1990. Okay, I buy that. I don't know if that's the year or not, but there was a time when our system encouraged free thinking. They do not now. Yep. If only we could say Junior first phrase was, can you cite the reference? Yeah. And they stopped doing all that. Capitalism promotes free thinking. Socialism does not. Yep. I would agree with that statement. I was the mom that was in the principal's office with the tape recorder running just in case.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah. Watched a video where high school kids could not tell time from a round clock. They can only tell time from a digital clock.
Yes. We know people like this.
Yep. See, they can't count back change either. Yeah. Well, not all of them though. I think, like I said, as parents, if we get super involved in it and make games of it, I think it's all right. My boys, although I told them to challenge everything, they stayed out of trouble mostly. I mean, I had a lot of calls, but mostly stayed out of trouble. And today they're super entrepreneurs doing their thing, and they're making their place in this world. And so I think we can do it. Seems like about the time they came out with arcades, then video games made society zombies. Yep. I bet they can't use a rotary phone either. Yeah, that'd actually be fun. I don't have a house phone, but
there was a short or something where kids were trying to use a rotary phone.
Yep. That device has a great point, and most can't sign their name in cursive either.
Ooh.
I sign my name in cursive every day. All of it.
That's your signature is like a squiggle. You do not.
There's cursive. I just proved to her I could write my name in cursive.
Yeah, but that's not how you sign your name. Come on now.
Capitalism also promotes creativity and motivation. Socialism promotes mental stagnation and no sense of ethics. Yep. I would argue that capitalism is the greatest form if the government stays out of it. But if the government gets involved in capitalism, it might be the worst. Because the government picks winners and losers, right? The government helps build monopolies. The government does. It's not a free, it's not really free market.
Right.
Right. It's my buddy's market, where are we at here? They don't teach the kids how to read or write cursive anymore. Nope.
They don't.
That is so messed up. Yeah. HG, I had the same clock. Yeah. Crony capitalism. Right. I'm 100% for pure capitalism, but the crony capitalism is a bad idea. Public-private ventures. My neighbor from Russia said the government pretends to pay us, so we pretend to work. Yeah, because we pay them a lot. Guys, I've said this in videos. If you go back and watch my videos a million times, the money is not even real. It takes 3, maybe 4, depending upon the deal, transactions before the government gets 100% of the money back. So literally, you get paid your paycheck, and in 4 transactions, they have it all back. And what they did is they allowed you to buy that new TV. They allowed you to whatever, and just kind of get along, wash, rinse, repeat. That's it.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
Wash, rinse, repeat. That's right. Richard says he has a perfect doctor signature. How do you sign your name if you don't know cursive? Print?
They print it.
Or they just make up squigglies?
Mm-hmm.
Like you make fun of me for? The home church model has picked up steam in the last 20 years because the modern push from some churches is man-centered and not Christ-centered. Yeah. It's actually a good time to bring up another thing I wanted to talk about, prep for the Attorney Homestead. We're building a community building right now. And, we're going to do classes there. We're going to do all kinds of stuff in this community building. And what's interesting is it's being built 100% by donation. So like we had a homestead donate a pallet of 2x6s, and we had a homestead donate a pallet of 2x4s. And I had a homestead last week donate a solar system for it. And so everybody's getting together. I had some people send me $200, for example, right? And so we're going to put this community building up. And what we're going to do with it is everybody that was involved in the process, we're going to put a plaque on the wall so that it shows community. But anyway, what I was getting at is that what a great place to have a church.
Right.
What a great place to be able to have that.
Right.
Right. Is we're going to be able to do it on private property. It's not a nonprofit. It's not getting any of that stuff. It's just what it is. And it's about nothing more than people who want to, worship. That's it, with nothing else there. Tag, you need to do a chalkboard on the flow of money to show everyone. Yeah, I've done a couple videos on it, but I'll keep doing them because I think it's really important that people understand how that works, that it is absolutely the land of make-believe. Just like the word equity. Everyone thinks, oh my God, I've got all this equity. No, you don't. Just do the math. Just sit down. What did you buy for it? What interest did you pay? What insurance did you pay? What taxes did you pay? How much do you have left over? Just do that for me and then come back and we can talk about equity. Legal signatures, whatever marks you are commonly used to identify yourself. Signing your full name or just signing your name is different than your legal signature. Get someone to write your name and copy it. 3X's used to work for a signature years ago. I would love to donate to that project. Tag. Jules, you're welcome to. You can send an item, you can send money, you can send a gift card, you can, whatever you want to do. And we'll, for anybody that does that, what we're going to do is we're going to put a plaque all around the walls, many of them as we can, to everybody that was involved in it. And I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be amazing. We're starting a small group church at home and attempt to extend our community. Nurse Wang, that is awesome. Farm Ranch Homestead. So the community building is 16 by 40. Yep. Well, the old people know a language the young people don't. What language is that? Cursive. I once signed my name to a document. The individual told me that's not your signature. I asked, well, how? Well, you show me what it is supposed to look like and I'll try to duplicate it. You don't need a building to talk to the Heavenly Father. No, you don't, but you do need a building to get together. Yes. And we can do it in my living room too, but this building will be focused on community.
Well, you can only fit so many people in the living room.
That's right. And this building will have a, 25-foot long table down the center of it. Everybody's going to get together and we're going to do it for way more than church, right? We're going to do classes in there. We're encouraging some of the teenagers to build a youth group inside our homestead community. And that can go on down there. We can have barbecues, potlucks, because, we'll put everything in it, but just be pretty cool, won't it?
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this. It'll be our first really designated community building.
Community spot. Yep.
Yep. But Tamara says cursive. Jonathan says Pig Latin. Are you going to run power to your center? Yeah, I actually have a whole solar system for it. I already have it. I was donated by another homestead, and it's new. And so we'll have decent enough power to run a refrigerator, a water pump.
A refrigerator all the time?
All the time. Yep. And
that's amazing.
And I have everything I need for it.
Because we could put a ketchup in there and it could stay there until everybody's done with it.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
Yep. And the guy that owns the antique store?
Yes.
I didn't want to mention his name because I don't know if he wants his name mentioned. But anyway, he has stainless steel sink and table for you. So we're getting things put together, and then we'll be able to put up a community building. How do I send money? I don't think I have much things to donate. Jules, just email me and we'll talk there. Rickster, you nailed it. Personally, I strongly dislike organized religion. That may be correct too, says Tamara. I've been a pastor in an organized Baptist church for 20 years, and I'm very concerned about the lack of true biblical connections. It seems a failure the way it's been done. Need acts to church. Yeah, I think it's a shame too,
Access, right?
Yep. Yeah. I think we need to create community, and I think we need to do it for ourselves. I just do. I just think that at the end of the day, the more we control that, and it kind of sucks, right? Because it kind of hurts the church's ability too, because you get smaller and smaller and smaller, and there's not a lot of money to do a lot of things. But just like how welfare worked back in the old days, it should be done inside the community. We'll take care of our church, right? We will come up with it. We will find a way. Whatever needs to happen, we will happen. We will make it happen we don't need the government involved to do it, I guess is what I'm saying. We have the ability to take care of ourselves. I sometimes have church on a riding mower, AKA cul-de-sac, tiny tractor. Amen.
Yep.
Right. Rickster says Yahshua spoke to people outdoors. Yep. Yep. Baptized, organized. Sorry, that made me chuckle. Yeah. B, you married a genius.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but I just think we can take control. And you know what? Sweet savory words. This is actually interesting. If you will do it, I'll make you a deal. And prep for the attorney homestead. You do as well. When we get it up, I'll get internet in it. We'll bring up a screen. And if you guys want to do a sermon, I would be honored if you guys would do that in our church. I would be absolutely honored.
Like Zoom.
Yeah, we'll just
Like
put them up on
church
screen
Zoom.
and people can enjoy. And I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be just super neat to bring all of that in. You know, my experience with organized religion makes me refer to it as organized crime. Yep. Christianity is such a big enterprise. It's too bad that it is, because it shouldn't be. I can donate outlets, boxes, light switches if you need them. We need them.
Yeah.
So let me tell you what I've got right now, Richard. So I've got all of the construction lumber. So all of the dimensional lumber. I don't have any OSB yet. I still need roofing. I still need roofing paper, and then something to side it with. We need some doors and windows. I'm going to need electrical. I'm going to need insulation. We've got all some old cabinets out of a garage would be great, right? That we could paint and put in there. I have some stainless steel sink and counter, and I have the solar system. Everything else I still need.
So we need a toilet. We need a
we need all that. Yeah, we need all that. All the rest of those pieces. So
are you doing a septic?
Yeah.
I mean, we have a sink. We need a
for
water.
I'll put a septic in for you. Yep. Like let me see. I wish we could do that here in South Central Texas. Just make it happen, Tambra. You can do it. Jesus means son of Zeus. Does it? I'm going to look that up, Rickster. Just saying. Prep for the Attorney Home says, count me in. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to absolutely do this. Florida Mama Bear said, I showed my 14-year-old your equity video. Good. Did it, Florida Mama Bear, did it make sense?
Or were they like, what?
What? Yeah. Or did it make sense to them? You know, Sweet Every Words, I got you in. We're going to do this. It is not the name of the church. It's about the worship, the Bible study, and the fellowship. Amen. Yep. Amen. Yep. And this, guys, is going to be a building. You know, I'm not going to it's not a church, right? It's a church on Sunday. It's a school on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It's
right.
You know, it's all of the above, right? Richard says, have you started building yet? So where we've got the concrete poured. So the reason why I haven't built any more yet is I want to make sure that I get everything to get it weather tight before I start the build.
Yeah.
Because once I have everything to get it weather tight, Richard, I'm going to get it all up weather tight, just with the door, no windows, nothing ran, just weather tight, you know, in house wrap, metal roof on. Then I'll stand it up. So Mary Michelle says, what is the closest store, Lowe's or Home Depot? We have all of them. We have a Lowe's, a Home Depot, and a Menards, all 25 minutes away. No, that is not what Jesus means. I have heard that silliness going around, but it's not true. Yes, God is good. Jesus is absolutely my Lord and Savior. I need him more than anything. I love him so much, but organized church, nope. I belong to one, but it constantly disappoints me. Mm-hmm. Hey, Evie posted my Illusion of Equity video. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. You know, Sweet Every Word says encourage and uplift the members. You know what? I think that's true for everyday life, right? We should be encouraging and uplifting everybody. You know, Prep for the Eternity says the Rickster, myself, and another minister do a YouTube service every first Sunday in the evening. You guys already do it?
Huh.
Oh, maybe they're talking about doing it. Yeah, okay. Remember, the name Jesus is pronounced differently in each language. Not everyone speaks Hebrew. Okay. Yep, absolutely made sense. Okay, cool. That's so neat that young child that it made sense. I think that is amazing. You know, remember Florida Mom Bear said
that a 14-year-old could understand
how
what
amazing
you were
is
talking
that?
about, and it made sense.
How amazing is that? You know, I don't know why that video didn't do better, because to me, it's one of my favorite videos I've ever produced, and it did okay. You know, but I would really like, to me, when I learned what that really was, I mean, it woke me up like, wait a second, I'm not playing this game no more. Yeah, you know. So anyway, all right, where are we at here? DeVries says, if you read the Bible, you will know what Jesus' name means. Kind of like an old one-room school, Sunday at church. That's right.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it's going to be, 16 by 40. Now we're going to overhang the, so the soffits and face, so the soffits are going to be 8 feet long. So there's going to be big outdoor areas, picnic tables, and it's right next to my pond. So it's got a beautiful view, big burn pit. So it's going to be really cool. Tag, can you post a wish list? I wonder how I would do that. I don't know how I would post one.
Maybe do a video. Oh,
yeah.
You did a community video. That's what you were working on.
But not about that. But
But about the community center.
Yeah, we're building a community center, but I didn't get into how we're building it and how it's all been donated and all that. I didn't. And it's been amazing to me to see what some of the people have done. I mean, there's, like I said, one homestead donated the concrete pad, right? I mean, that's a $2,000 concrete pad.
Yeah.
Right. And another one donated a brand new pallet of 8-foot 2x6s for the walls. Right.
I thought you said trusses. There were some wood.
No, I'm going to make the trusses. So I've got a pallet.
Wood to do it.
Yep. I got all the wood to do it. What I need is OSB, house wrap, and metal roofing.
And a door.
Yeah, let me clarify.
Because the door that we had that we were going to put in it burnt in
the fire. Yep. Let me see. Let me clarify. Sorry, myself and a minister do a service. Is it so prepped? Is it something that people can watch? Is there a link? Is this something you guys do privately? Yeshua is his name in Hebrew. In Greek, it's Jesus. Yep. Gregory said my wife went to one. I see lightning out the window behind you. Yeah, the storms are behind us, which means they're gone now for us. Posted on freesteading. I don't want people to. I'll work on that, Eagle Lover. I have a concern there, but I'm not asking anybody to donate anything. If people want to be involved, we'll put a plaque on the wall. But I'm not asking for anything. If I had to put up 100% of the money, I will.
Right.
Right. It doesn't matter. And so I want to be careful.
We're not asking for donations.
No, I'm not begging for anything.
Right. We just had people who wanted to, and we accepted them.
Yeah. And what cooler thing can I do than put their plaque on the wall?
Right.
That says this was the community that made all this happen, so.
Yeah. And we talked about, yes.
Yep. And I don't know how to pronounce these, but in Latin, it's Jesu. In Spanish, it is Jesus, pronounced Jesus. And so on. If people want to say his name in Hebrew, cool, but there is no law that says we have to speak Hebrew. Of course. Sweet Every Word says, make an email list tag for everyone that wants to be on the list. So we do, guys, we have a community newsletter that goes out now. We have a huge email list, and we'll be mentioning it on the newsletter, obviously. And if anybody wants to be on the newsletter, if you email me, I will put you on the newsletter list.
Did you put a list of community items that were sent? I haven't yet. Donations that were made.
Yeah, Richard said, do a video of what you have and what you need. Yeah, I've thought about it, Richard, but again, I'm concerned that I don't want people to think that I'm asking. People have their own problems. I'm not asking for anything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If people want to donate, that's great. We'll build a community building, but I'm telling you, I will go write the check and we'll build it. I don't want to do that.
It'll just take longer.
It just take longer. Well, it's better that the community does it anyway. It's the community's building.
Right.
I would love, we bought a pallet of 2x6s, B&I, but I would love if everybody played a little role in it.
Right.
Everybody, whether it's a box of screws, some outlets, whatever. And I think that then that's real community. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody did it, and then we'll have a community rotation day. And I'll bring everybody out and I'll videotape it and we'll stand the building, which will be super cool. Yep, I don't have any windows yet, Gregory. Yeah. I know people in Florida, people want to help. I know. I just feel like guilty, but this is more public to anyone than freesteading.
I know. She's saying.
I know. I'm trying to choose my words carefully,
I didn't think about that, but you're right.
I just want to be careful about that. We don't do this for those kinds of things.
Right.
Right. I don't know if you guys are noticed, but I don't really pimp many products unless it's a company I own personally, but I don't ask you guys to subscribe. I don't ask you guys to like. I just don't do a lot of that stuff.
The company that you do own, the reason was because there was a need. So it wasn't even that you're not, how you say, pimping your product.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Let me see. Adamic was probably the first language, but I don't speak Adamic. Adamic? I don't know how to say that. If you feel led, contact Tag directly to donate. Love it. Yep. New to channel, like and subscribe. Hey, Stephen and Amanda, how are you? Welcome to the channel, and I'm glad you subscribed. What about the name I Am?
I am. Great I Am.
Sam I Am?
No, the great I Am.
Here is the God.
He is the great I
am.
Oh,
got it. Okay, got it. I'm a little slow.
That's okay.
In the King James Bible, the name Noah is noted as no, and in the New Testament, because that is how it is said in Greek. Same with Isaiah and Isaias. Did that newsletter go out after the Midwest Preparedness Festival? I never got anything yet. Maybe my work spam filtered it. Well, I would look in your spam, but no, there has not been a letter come out since April 1st. The last newsletter went out, I think, April 1st. Is that right? I think that's right. Right. He is the Alpha and the Omega. He is called by many names. Yep. Perfectly
Right.
fine by me. And guys, I'm going to tell you, I'll love you no matter what you call it by. Right.
Yeah.
Makes no difference to me. There's no J in Arabic when Jesus was born. Oh, interesting. Nothing compares to God. That's why he says, I am now one greater. Yeah. I speak Adamic. I wonder how you say that. Adamic. I'm a guy. Tag, put your email up. Okay. I will put my email up. Here. Man, I don't see so good anymore. There you go. Oh, Evie. You know what, Evie? This is the first time in our
That you
entire
did it
relationship
fast.
that I beat you.
Yeah. Yep.
She always beats me.
You're
The audience on YouTube is technically larger, but audience who will see this live versus how many people might see a post on freesteading. Freesteading we more likely for a much larger group of folks. Right, Barb. I always go back to what God told Moses to say to the Pharaoh. What name did he say? I am that I am. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. I don't even know how to say that word, but Adamic is referred to as Adam's language. Yeah. No is Greek. No is Hebrew. I don't speak Greek. All right, cool. Evie put it up earlier too. Cool. I have studied the Bible in Greek and Hebrew to better understand the interpretation. I have to wonder if Adam understood. Evie? I beat both of you, Rickster. Yes, you did. All right, I'm to the bottom. All right, what else we got? Anyway, I'm excited about the community building. Rock on. We're going to build it. We're going to have our own church. We're going to have our own school. We're going to have our own everything. Can't wait to get on it. It's going to be pretty cool.
meeting places.
Right.
Yep. The
Oh,
good thing
yeah.
about that too is that, when we have new people coming into the community and we all want to go and interact with them, and we go to a restaurant, and then we're there where we have a time limit. Sometimes the service isn't great, sometimes it is. Then they charge you 18% gratuity. Then,
right.
Then they
Yep.
they're like, all right, we're closed. You guys got to go.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think that when we have the community building, we can stay as long as we want. We can talk about things that we might not be able to talk about at the restaurant. We have one time we went and they didn't have that meeting area. So we had to all go, and we had 4 or 5 different tables, and we were all we didn't get to interact with each other because it was, there's strangers right here, and they're like, oh, what is on your plate? That looks good. And we're like, yeah, and it's nice. Yeah. We're trying to have a gathering over here.
I'm looking forward to the classes. I'd love to teach how to build a foxhole radio. I'd love to teach just some of these things that, the things that I tinker with that I like to do, and then also, go from, garden to processing kitchen to table, right? Boom, boom,
Well, there's
boom.
a lot of times that people, Yeah,
pretty awesome. All right. Where I'm getting through my list pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I mentioned I have a new land video coming, right?
Tomorrow.
Yep. Well, I don't know if I'll get it out tomorrow or not. We're going to try, but I haven't even filmed it yet. I have the link. What's that? Hear something?
What, is that a duck?
Oh, probably. Who knows? What else? Oh, did you guys hear that Pakistan killed the internet for their country because their prime minister got arrested, and apparently he's out on 2 days of bail, and they didn't want
What?
Yeah, and they didn't want riots, so they shut the internet down. And why I even wrote this down was because this is a great blueprint, right, to what would happen in the case of,
oh my gosh, could you imagine?
the president was arrested, right? Anyway, they did it. I thought it was interesting, and it had me thinking about it a little bit today.
Could you imagine? That would
Yep.
be awful.
Yep. Hey, I don't know if Not Today is in here or not, but I wanted to mention that her husband makes t-shirts. So if someone's looking to have some t-shirts made, there's somebody in this community that makes t-shirts. So if we can do business with them, I'd love to. What else do I want to talk about? Device custom leather. I did that one already. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much through all my main stuff, babe. What else you got going on? So you got chickens hatching. What about the garden? Talk about your garden.
I was throwing hay. I don't even know what day it is. Today's Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday.
You were so brilliant.
Yeah. It's been a long, hot week.
Yeah. So what's going on in the garden?
No. So got a bunch of berries transplanted. Blackberries, raspberries, things that are just growing up in the yard where I didn't want them.
Mm-hmm.
Try to put them in a more convenient location for me.
Mm-hmm.
I got lots of stuff coming up. All the yarrow all over the yard.
Mm-hmm.
We have yarrow and mullein everywhere on this property. And it's sad because I'm like, oh, can I save this big, beautiful bunch? And then I'm like, there's no way he's going to mow around this. So,
there's one way to ensure I never mow it down.
me mow it. Yeah. If but I want it to grow. So I'm like,
what I'm saying is if you mow that area, like there's areas up there I just don't mow because you've got stuff planted in them. I don't even go there. I just knock out the big stuff.
No, I know, but it's where you would be, and you would mow it. But mullein everywhere, yarrow. The cosmos are coming up strong. All the herbs are coming up. I'm getting ready to plant my corn. I'm going to try to do the Three Sisters if anybody has that. I already planted all my beans though, so I think I want to try to do the Three Sisters, but I want to try to do like cowpeas instead of beans because I've already planted the beans back in April when I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, you got plenty of cowpeas.
I was hoping that I could do cowpeas and then obviously not squash for the Three Sisters. Maybe I can do pumpkin or.
Johnny says mullein makes awesome toilet paper.
It is so soft. And those leaves are like huge. Like this is like.
What happened to my milk?
You took it downstairs. I saw it all the way down there because I was like, why is this glass here?
So that means folks over here saying USA, USA, like we say Russia, Russia, Russia here. Last year we had lots of mullein, but none this year. Or to be more exact, pronounced Juan, which is a funny spelling. It that way makes it look like Asian instead. Sweets Every Word says, B, I need a second year mullein. We have tons of it.
We have lots of I don't know how many years. They're huge.
We'd be happy to send you some. Last year we had lots of mullein, but none this year. Yarrow was great for bleeding. Dehydrate some. I need some mullein. We have tons of mullein. Tons. They're everywhere. We'd be happy to send some out. Tomato cages with flags around plants so you don't mow them.
So I've tried tomato cages around plants. I've even tried spray painting tomato cages like bright yellow, like here I am. Don't run me over with the mower. But what happens is the grass around it gets tall enough that he plows through them.
If I don't see it, it's going down. And I got a big mower, so I'm out mowing. And
I used to put rebar stakes next to the trees, and then the lot that was, so we had a piece of property, and we thought we owned this property. We were taking care of it for 12 years, and then we didn't own the property, and it came up for auction because we thought we were paying taxes on it, and it was not. So it was like this 0.8 acres, 0.8. And I had stuck all these rebars next to all of these trees that I planted because I plant a lot of trees. And the guy that bought it went in there with his brush hog and was like, "Brr, brr, 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 brr." Well, he hit the rebar a
Yeah,
lot
that was a bad day.
for him.
Heidi says 3 Sisters usually does not work for us. The beans always outgrow the corn. So I grow beans around small fruit trees, marshmallow plants, and sunflowers.
I've heard sunflowers.
3 Sisters is okay, but plant the corn and let it get fairly
Mhm.
tall first, or the climbing beans will choke it out.
Yeah. You're supposed to wait like 2 or 3 weeks, right? Three
Yeah.
weeks.
Mr. Rain said, good one, Tag. I seem to destroy Heidi's echinacea all the time, but she still makes me mow. I'm trying.
The
I'm trying.
echinacea is hard to get too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yep.
once it's going, it's going. But to start
Yep.
it from seed, I've had issues.
Yep, sticks with ribbons.
Ribbons. That might work. Ribbons, because those flags that you buy and you stick out there do not last like one season, and then the flags are gone. Ribbons.
See,
I
look at
never
that.
thought of that.
Yep. Look at that. Surveyor's tape flaps in the wind and gets the mower's attention. The second year flowers are for ear aches. Yeah, we have tons of them, guys. If somebody wants me to send you some mullein, I'm sure Bee be
I
happy
don't know
to.
how you send a plant though.
I don't know either, but we figured out. I think my mullein starts are actually going to hang in this year. Helps that the seeds were from a local friend.
So it was
It's more climatized.
climate.
Yep. I'm so grateful Glenn came into town and pulled up all the dandelions. I couldn't keep up with them because if it even though about raining, more would grow.
Thought about raining.
Yep. Eliminate all yard with gardening. That's my goal. That's a great goal. I've heard to let the corn get 3 weeks old before planting beans.
Yeah, I thought it was 3 weeks.
Hey, Ghetto, what's going on? Echinacea does not have a great germination rate. That's for sure. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
What do you got?
A June bug. A May bug.
You see here, my son chopped down our 3-year-old raspberry. He was so proud of getting rid of that awful thorny thing by my house. He forgot it was a raspberry. Yeah, we've got blackberries, black raspberries, raspberries. What are the kind of
gooseberries?
Gooseberries, mulberries.
We found gooseberries over here in the. I can't find the plant, but there are some very big fruit that are all over the ground. So there is something that's dragging the fruit from wherever the bush is over to where he shoots. And so I have been looking for this bush.
Well, and you got one on the other side of the pond too.
The neighbor mowed that one over.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. It was significant, but he said, sorry. But over here, there's actual fruit on the ground. So something is bringing the fruit over to our property.
Yep. They're asking if we have choke cherry. I have not seen any.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we haven't seen any.
I don't know what that is.
The problem with waiting on the corn to get a certain height here is you would never get beans if you were depending on that. Well, we have a short season and corn takes too long to grow.
Yeah.
Beans feed the corn nitrogen. Yeah, beans are nitrogen fixers. Corn needs a lot of nitrogen because it's a grass. Haven't seen gooseberries since I was a kid. Yeah, we've got gooseberries here that grow wild.
And they're huge. They're bigger than marbles.
After getting attacked by ticks at the Midwest Preparedness Festival, I came back to Texas and there were plenty more waiting for me. Looked like I have a bad chicken pox.
You must got some sweet blood.
Yep. They love you. Yep. Pretty cool.
I was just double checking and making sure that it's all on the south side of us.
All right, let's get out of here. What do you want to, any parting words, anything you want to talk about?
Oh man, I should have thought about that before you asked me. No,
you don't. You want me to go? Hey, so my parting words to you guys is just this: that we spend 8 hours of a day so that we can enjoy 4. Right? We spend 11 months and 3 weeks out of the year so we can take a week's vacation. Right? We spend the best years of our life in a lot of ways trying to retire so we can get old, right? The fact of the matter is that whole system is an illusion. And, you know, we have to go buck the system, because the idea of, you know, working to retire, to 4 years later going to a nursing home, to the nursing home uses a Medicare spend down to take all your assets. And it was all just a scam. So I think what I'd like to tell you guys is just that life is short, you know, and, you know, go live it. You know, you don't have to follow the status quo. You don't have to follow what the tradition is. You don't have to do that. If you want to live in a camper, live in a camper. You know, you want to live in a hut, live in a hut. You want to live in a teepee, live in a teepee, whatever it is, right? And, you know, you don't have to fall into that status quo. But, you know, with all the craziness going on around us, there's this huge distraction to, you know, get us focused on our enemy, which is typically our neighbor, if you listen to the federal government, right? And, but instead of going through all that, enjoy your life along the way, and, you know, live it a little bit, and, you know, don't get distracted by all of this stuff. I think that's what I got.
Distraction. That's a good one.
Yeah. So let me see, is there anything else in here? Hey, if anybody needs anything from us, just send me an email, tagandbe@lifedonefree.com. We'd be happy to, you know, help out any way that we can. I'll get some videos out this next week. I've got all kinds of stuff going on. So I'm going to get going. Hey, don't forget the Zoom on Thursday. Go to Freesteading on Thursday. It's amazing. We get in there, and actually, this might sound crazy to you guys, but I don't actually do a lot of talking in there.
7
I listen
p.m.
way more than anybody. It's 7 p.m. Central on Freesteading. It's a great time to talk to other homesteaders, and it's just an amazing thing, you know. So thanks for bearing with us with the tornado. It blew right on past. I actually told B when we walked in, I said, I'm going to go in the bathroom and mess my hair up and get it all. Then I didn't do it. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. So send me Mr. Rain says, send me a title to 80 acres. I'm working on that. How about I send you a listing and you deal with the title? I got half of it for you, right? And no ruby slippers either. No ruby slippers. See, Farm Ranch Homes, I don't get a chance to catch live streams very often. Glad I got to do it this evening. Thank you, Tag and B. Mods too. Good night, all. Yep, you guys, good night, everybody. You guys just hang tough. You know, we're going to be there. And I'll see you guys on Friday, but I'll probably do a couple lives in the middle of the week with some interviews. And I'll get some videos out too. So we'll see you all, okay? Everybody have a good night.
Night.
Good night, everybody.